Sera, and I'm going to be sharing with you some not too scary Halloween movies and TV shows from Netflix and Disney+. Today is a pretty fitting day to do a Halloween type video. It's pretty dreary out, that's why I've got a light on, and I took the glasses off because it was just too much of a glare. Let's start with movies and shows from Netflix. I think Coraline the movie is a great option for those of you who enjoy Tim Burton stop motion movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's actually not produced or directed by Tim Burton, but rather Henry Selick, and based off of the novel by Neil Gaiman of the same name. P.S. If you're looking for another not too scary book to read, I suggest The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I really enjoyed that. I read that a couple years ago. Coraline is about a girl and her parents who move into a new house. She goes through this secret door and into this slightly similar, idyllic, but a little sinister world, almost like a mirror, but creepy. With the stop motion, it just creates that really neat effect of unease. Next we have Casper, the 1995 version starring Christina Ricci, and everyone's favorite crush ghost, Casper, especially the boy version of him later on. I think we all had a crush on him when we first watched the movie. Christina, well, that's not her name, but the actress, and her father in the movie move into this big big mansion that's supposed to be haunted, and her father is supposed to be able to converse with the dead, and there is snooty woman who has inherited it, I believe, and hired them. Of course, they come across Casper, but also his other not so friendly ghosts, Julie and the Phantoms. Oh, I love this show. There aren't too many episodes, like 8 or 10, and I want the next season already. If you like High School Musical and happen to watch Descendants like I have, I mean, some might say I'm too old for it, but I just love the Disney music style shows and movies. This one has got a pretty similar vibe, but I don't find it as cheesy personally. There's more substance to the story. Julie and the Phantoms kind of suggests that there are some phantoms. Ghosts. There are ghosts. It starts out with a classic boy band from the 90s, early 2000s, who are ready to make it big and do their first great show. Sadly and unfortunately, eat something and die. It is a little bit of a sad show in the fact that Julie has sadly lost her mom, and her mom was really into music, so is she, and she can't find the strength to love music again. Somehow she's connected to the 3 out of 4 boys in the band, and they reappear. She is the only one who can see them. They help her to bring back her love of music, and there are so many good songs. I think if I really had to choose, I would pick The Edge of Great. You'll have to let me know which one is your favorite. If you're looking for a not too scary Halloween animated movie, you might want to try watching Monster House. This house is a monster, it's alive, it despises children, and these 3 kids, I think it's 3, I haven't watched it in a while, are going to be going on a mission to destroy this house. But how can they even approach it when it tries to eat children from the street? I definitely had to mention this one, although most of you have probably watched it already. Stranger Things. I just think even if you've watched it, it's a great show to rewatch around this time of year. Don't worry, if you're easily scared, you'll be able to get through it, especially if you watch it with someone else, and maybe even during the daytime really works so that your mind doesn't go spinning at nighttime. Moving on to shows and movies from Disney+. Starting with Haunted Mansion starring Eddie Murphy. I watched this one for the first time this year because it was on Disney+. I'd never seen it. I really enjoyed it, and I felt like I was back at Disney. So if you're missing Disney and kind of the Halloween feel of Disney, definitely watch. This couple are realtors and go-getters, and they go with their family to this haunted mansion to take a look at it and see how they can best sell this house. Now, it is very creepy when you are even walking up to it at the gate, so they are very hesitant at the beginning, and it's all about coming together as a family. Plus, there's a nod to some of the major characters from the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney, like Madame Leona. Next, we have Frankenweenie, and this one is by Tim Burton. It's a stop motion, and Frankenweenie definitely suggests that is a retelling of Frankenstein, except doggy version. Victor, the kid, the main character, ends up reviving his pet dog who got hit by a car, and it's got a bit of an extra spooky feel because it's in black and white. Of course, I have have to re-mention the Nightmare Before Christmas, a Tim Burton one, stop motion. Jack, the main character, is basically having a Halloween midlife crisis is how I would like to describe it, and he wants to try to attempt hosting Christmas instead of Halloween and just experiencing something different. Moving on to a more recent Disney movie, Coco. This stars the kid Miguel, and his family is not so hot on music, but he really loves music and he is trying to emulate his idol Dyalla. It starts out with them celebrating Day of the Dead, and somehow he ends up in the Land of the Dead. It's very colorful, musical, and I think a fun fit for Halloween. I couldn't go without mentioning a classic, Hocus Pocus, and believe it or not, I didn't actually watch it until a couple years ago. I'm definitely going to be watching it again. This stars 3 witches who somehow accidentally get brought back to life by a boy named Max, and as I was just looking up to quickly refresh my memory, apparently Disney Plus is going to be releasing a sequel. I don't know how true this is or when that would be. I would figure that if it was coming out this Halloween that we would have heard something by now. I have even more great Halloween suggestions in my video that I did last year, so I'll make sure to link that down below in the info bar and in the cards, so feel free to check that out. If you have any great suggestions that I didn't mention, I'd love to hear what your favorites are in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure to click the bell icon to be notified of my next upload. I really appreciate your support on my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!